Matt Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
You know that girl who loses her mind in the car? I'm driving, and I just got a notification. That's kind of how we were before the show began, because I mean, the things that Joe Biden is out saying about Donald Trump, it's really despicable. He just flat out lying about him. Just flat out lying. And all of the threats about we're going to burn the entire country down if Trump nominates a Supreme Court justice. Oh, okay, well, that's a terrorist threat. Wonder if we should have you arrested. In fact, I don't wonder. You should be arrested. But they get away with all of it. They are getting away with all of it. And Joe continues to prove just how sharp he is. Sharp? Oh, he's ready for the debates. This is great. He was at a speech yesterday, and somewhere within the confines of the speech, he started trying to say the Pledge of Allegiance.
Oh.
Yeah, here's how it went.
America, I pledge allegiance to the United States of America. One nation. Indivisible, under God, for real.
For real. That's what he does when he has no idea what he's saying. That's what he does when he can't remember something obvious, like, I don't know, the Declaration of Independence.
You know the thing.
The Pledge of Allegiance. You know the thing. For real. For real. I'm not joking. I'm not joking, man. I mean, for real. And he just gets lost in that little world of his where he's just not all there.
Man, so
unbelievable.
That's not good.
That's not good. No, that is suboptimal. Here's a tweet from Joe yesterday.
Oh, a Joe Biden tweet.
Joe Biden tweet.
Okay.
You know, he's big into Twitter. A lot like me. The two of us can't get enough Twitter. Donald Trump ran for office saying he would represent the forgotten men and women of this country. And as soon as he got in office, he forgot about us. Us? Okay, you were one of the forgotten men and women?
Yeah.
I mean, we're trying to forget you, but you won't let us.
If he's insinuating that if you're struggling in life, then, you know, Trump has forgotten about you. Yeah, Joe Biden, I looked it up. Forbes has him net worth estimated around $9 million.
$9 million from a lifetime of service in office. How did that happen?
Yeah, right?
How'd that happen?
Right.
Where are you getting a net worth of $9 million from the U.S. Senate? That's his only livelihood. His wife, as he's mentioned multiple times, was a full-time teacher. That's not a $9 million wealth accumulating gig.
Their salaries are both public.
Jeez.
And a good producer would look this up and
yes.
try to figure it out, but I guarantee it's going to fall short of $9 million.
Well, we know Joe makes $174,000 a year.
Sure.
That doesn't equal $9 million in wealth. I'm sorry. No.
Well, maybe he's been saving his money.
Maybe Jill made 60?
Yeah. They've been pinching pennies and cutting coupons.
Between them, they're doing 230, 240. No, that's not bad, but that's not $9 million worth.
Okay, well, I want to be forgotten if that's worth $9 million.
Jeez. No kidding. Speaking of Joe, yesterday he said 200 million people have died from COVID, which we all agreed, I think. That's too many.
That is way too many.
That's too many.
Got to do something about that.
You know, if it was 150, 175 million, you'd think, okay, well, you know.
Sniff, sniff.
It's about half. It's about half the country, so. But, you know, 200 million, that's close to 2/3 of the country. We can't have that.
Sure.
But he was so 200 million were going to die by the time he was done talking. So between Tim Bultima tweets, so between the 150 million killed by guns.
Oh, yeah.
Was that Joe too? That was Joe too, I believe.
So, yeah.
And now the 200 million killed by COVID. Am I the only American left?
Yeah.
You must be.
Nice.
Because that's more Americans. That adds up to more Americans lost than we actually have Americans. So it's hard to do. Also, here's a video we missed from a couple weeks ago. Back with Biden saying something to Trump.
Yeah, there's no way to set this up because you have no idea what he's trying to say.
Let's check this out.
And stop your boast about never being seemed at what you can do anything. You always talk about your ability to negotiate. Negotiate a deal.
Negotiate a deal.
A deal for somebody other than yourself.
What was that?
Now I'm happy to take questions you
now he's
may
gonna
have.
take-
I guess staff's going to call on whoever.
Okay.
Fire away.
Okay.
So now they don't even trust him to call on people. Now they've had to farm that out to somebody else on his
Wow.
staff because he keeps screwing that up.
Let's see that again, because that
Yeah.
was really.
What's the transcript on this one?
Don't know.
And stop your boast about never being seemed at what you can do anything.
Pause.
You always talk about your ability.
Never being seemed at doing what you shouldn't boast.
I'm gonna try.
Yeah,
to,
try to write it down.
Okay.
Let's see if we can make out what he was trying to
I know
say
never
here.
is the first word. Never. That's where I'm stuck.
All right, one more time.
And stop your boast about never being seemed at what you can do anything.
Pause it.
You always
Never being seemed at doing what you boast at? Is that what it was?
I don't.
Wait, what?
Never being seemed at doing what you boast at.
I mean,
Can I just do an ellipsis that goes
Yes,
on to the end of time?
And, I mean, also he left a couple of dangling prepositions there, which is that's just not cool.
Just stop your boast.
I have to see it one more time.
Yeah, this is
never
too
being seemed
stop
at. Stop.
your boast about
You're never
being seemed at what you
being
can do
seemed
anything.
at what you can do
always
anything.
talk about your ability to negotiate.
never being seemed at doing what you think you can do anything.
A deal for somebody other than yourself.
Okay, I got it.
We got it, man.
Wow. That's good stuff right there. That's good stuff.
That is.
This is the guy who could be your next president. Congratulations, America.
This is your. He's leading in the polls.
Phew.
And how far out are we from election day now? I don't even know.
Can't be much more than 43 days, something like that. Maybe even less.
Yeah.
40
yeah.
days. Apparently, you can't blame the size of his teleprompter either. It's not like he can't see the teleprompter.
Look at that.
Look at the size of that thing.
That is a large TV.
That might be an 80-inch monitor right there. So should be able to see what's being written for him, and still never being seemed at looking what you're doing when you're doing at comes out of him.
I mean,
Wow.
he's irreparable, man.
Oh man, unbelievable.
Never being seen at. I'm seriously. I may try to type that whole thing out later just for
Yes,
fun.
I think we need to.
Golly, just bad.
So is this. Then he was talking about Trump, talking about how Trump doesn't care about people, blah, 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 blah. And then this spills out of his face.
And now we know what he really thinks of the people who come to his rallies from someone who saw it up close and wrote about it
Oh, do we?
up close in the White House. The former employee said he calls his own supporters, quote, disgusting.
No.
One of the benefits of this pandemic is he
Wow.
doesn't have to shake their hands.
Okay, so some disgruntled employee, former employee, has said this about Donald Trump. Does that make it so? Absolutely not. You can't just start using that as fact now because some pissed off employee said it or wrote about it. You know what we should start doing is to use everything Tara Reid said as fact. I guess he's absolutely 100% guilty of sexual assault on that woman. It got worse, though.
He doesn't have to shake their hands. That's a good thing about the pandemic.
Yeah, I don't believe that.
For Trump, these rallies are about entertainment, adoration, and not respect. But you don't kid yourself. This is a one-way street. Of all the things that Trump has said and done, nothing is more offensive than the way he's spoken about many of you and the brave women and men who served in the nation in uniform.
Stop it.
Those who have given their lives in service to this nation. It's been confirmed by every outlet that he referred to them as losers and suckers.
Oh, my gosh. It's been confirmed by every outlet? Every outlet but Fox News and talk radio claims that he said that because somebody told him he did. But nobody's confirmed that. There's been no confirmation. There's been no evidence that he ever said that. There's no recording of him saying that.
There's a dozen people that say he didn't say that.
Yeah, yes. The people close to him who were there have said he said nothing of the kind. Wow, that is despicable. That's just, and these liars just keep driving us closer to him. I mean,
yeah, you pair that clip right there where he's like, he doesn't like you. He doesn't want to shake your hand. He's glad, you stand back at the rally. Couple that with that weird tweet about how he's forgotten about us.
Right.
Look at the sympathy card. Joe
Unreal.
Biden is changing that angle. He's trying to, okay.
And then to use that awful quote that he supposedly said that the troops are losers who were buried in the cemeteries in France. I think that's a flat out lie. And it's despicable that he would keep repeating it. If that's a Nazi tactic. I don't care if you're supposed to use that or not, or if it's too harsh a rhetoric or not. They don't care. So I'm just going to say it. That's a Nazi tactic. Just keep repeating the same lie. And the bigger the lie, the easier it is to sell. And the more you repeat it, it becomes part of their belief system. So we could pick anything and just start saying it about Biden, including the Tara Reade stuff, and I'd feel fine. Just saying it's been proven. It's been proven. Proven by whom? Well, people have reported it. It's a lot like the Harry Reid thing. Well, it's out there now. He hasn't paid his taxes in 10 years. It's out there now. Let him prove it didn't happen. No, I'm sorry. That's not how our system works. Jeez. Could they get any worse in the Democrat Party? Could they? Well, yes. They can.
Well, careful.
Just like the girl screamed yesterday.
Oh, no.
Could 2020 get any worse? Do we still have her? Yeah, we do. Okay.
You guys! I'm driving in a car, but I just got a notification that Ruth Ginsburg died!
Oh my God. Fun!
Could this year get any worse? Ruth, you just had to make it to 2021!
Yeah, Ruth. How dare you? How dare you, Ruth? How dare you spoil
she's fun.
Fun! Oh, you got to believe she's fun. Yes.
I mean, that was just a...
Yeah. Waking up to that every morning wouldn't that be wonderful? Oh gosh. Wow, what a dream. There's another one just like her, though. Oh. She's trying to tell people that it's a binary choice. This is stuff we heard back in 2016 on the other side. But she means it. She's trying to convince everybody not to vote for third party.
Okay.
Listen, kiddo, I get it. I don't like the two-party system. I think our country's corrupt. And quite frankly, I don't want to vote for Biden. It feels like voting for a Republican. But I'm gonna do it. You want to know why? Because the alternative is a fascist. A fascist is a fascist.
No.
Maybe we can have the conversation about dismantling the two-party system when a fascist isn't running. Maybe we can do that later, kiddo. Champ. Chief. Maybe we can talk about it later.
Oh, God.
Another dream come true.
Another dream come true.
Another
There's
dream
so
come true.
much there.
Oh, man.
Oh.
Isn't she sweet?
Oh, isn't she lovely? Yeah.
Wow.
As one of your astute viewers pointed out on Twitter last night, those two women, those liberals, they're freaking out because of Roe versus Wade, but they need not worry. Neither will ever need an abortion.
Ouch.
And I know there's a lot there, but can we just? I've known you for 20 years now, and I know one of your pet peeves are these little names that people call like,
yes,
hey
Chief.
there, Chief, Champ,
Chief.
Kiddo.
Yes.
She did Kiddo twice,
Yeah.
Chief once, Champ once. Never mind any of the substance or anything that she said or her presentation. Those alone would be enough to set you off.
Yes. Yes. Boss.
Boss.
Chief.
Yes.
Champ. Any of those. So condescending,
Sport.
so bad. Sport. Oh. I hate it.
I know.
How you doing this morning, Chief? Oh, yeah. That's the way to get on my good side.
There it is.
Especially at like a Walgreens or something. I'm walking up and so how's your day going so far, Chief?
Kiddo.
Yeah. Champ.
There's a whole bunch of them. I should have made a list, man. I'm sure no one will call and greet you like that.
Yeah,
ever
I'm sure
on the
that
phone.
won't happen. Right. Right.
But man, what this liberal meltdown is, it's fascinating. It's entertaining.
It is. Until they take to the streets and burn everything down.
That's the problem. That
Because they're
rage,
fully capable. They've shown us that.
they don't keep that rage inside their cars.
Nope, they don't. All right, let me take a minute to tell you about Keeps. If you've noticed your hair isn't looking as full as it once did, it's starting to thin out there on top or in the back, you can go to your doctor for a hair loss treatment prescription, then visit the pharmacy, and then try not to go broke while you're spending all that money on the brand name. Or you can try Keeps from the comfort of your own home. You'll get the same doctor-recommended FDA-approved hair loss treatment, but Keeps offers the generic version, so that alone saves you about 50%. And you're going to love this about Keeps as well. It's all online. You just go there and answer a few questions, snap some pictures, post them, and then a licensed doctor will review your information and recommend the right hair loss treatment for you. Then it's all shipped directly to you. Go to keeps.com/Pat, KEEPS.com/Pat. Get 50%, an additional 50% off your order of Keeps hair loss treatments. That's keeps.com/Pat, keeps.com/Pat.
Beware, Pat Gray is unleashed.
Speaking of Keeps, how's your hair doing over there, Chief?
Wait a minute.
Is it nice and full and luxurious?
It's nice and luxurious, yeah.
Okay.
Thanks for that one there, Sparky. Yeah,
We got a whole list here. Where'd you find this list?
I don't know. I Googled, and it's called the list of condescension.
Oh, I love that.
That is so true. And that's what I got when I got Sparky on there.
Sport, Tiger. Hey, Tiger. Chief, Skip and Skippy. Cowboy. Dude.
Well, dude's okay. I use that one.
Guy.
Slim.
That's what we should start calling Jeffy. Hey, Slim.
Morning, Slim.
Big guy. Yeah, big guy's it. How you doing over there, big guy? Jack. Boy. Young lady. Champ. Definite irritant.
Here we go.
How you doing over there, tough guy?
Tough guy.
Hey, what's happening, Slick? Stretch, darling, Tex, honey, little guy, sweetheart, stud, turbo, chum, buckwheat, Bubba, muchacho. That's what I have yet to use, actually.
Yeah, mix that one in.
Speedo, Kimosabi.
Speedy, not Speedo. Hey, Speedo.
Cheech, Doc, Godfather. Godfather?
I don't get that one.
Tulip, I've never heard that one. Snoop Dogg.
I think we're getting
Scrappy.
into the bottom of the barrel. Captain, pal, friend.
Captain's good.
You already said boss, right?
Yes.
Lil Camper.
Boss.
Lil Camper? Hey there, Lil Camper. Princess. Hotshot. Hey, Hotshot. Yeah.
Irritating. All of them.
Yes.
And we'll probably hear all of them on the phone now.
Yay.
So we got that going for us. Also, Pathead, Sweet Rachel sent us this tweet. It seems Biden has the worst time remembering numbers during the debates. Trump needs to come armed with statistics. Biden will self-combust like a bad motherboard. Yeah, if he starts throwing numbers at him, that. I wonder if they're plotting that and planning that. Do they notice these things, and are they planning to use them? I hope so, because it seems... Now, Trump doesn't usually fit into this category, but Republicans are really bad at doing that stuff. They're really bad at going back at people. They're really bad at having the giblets to actually do something they can do right now, like, nominate a Supreme Court justice and then confirm him. That should be done. But are they going to cave into all the whining and bitching? I don't know.
Well, one of the things you've noticed the last few years with this administration is the ads are sleek, and there's some really biting, creative things that have come out of the Trump campaign.
Yeah.
So you know that there are intelligent people who think outside the box. You would hope that someone would say, hey, throw some numbers at this guy. Let's watch this on stage.
You would hope.
Yeah.
You would hope. And it has gotten better because of Donald Trump, I think. The Republicans have learned a few things from him. So we'll see if that carries over to the debates. 888-900-3393. Also still have some lingering tweets here. Pete, I don't know who sent this in, but because of the mask situation over the weekend in the NFL.
Oh, that's just information for you there.
Yeah. Pete Carroll, Kyle Shanahan, apparently they weren't wearing their mask on the sidelines at NFL games, which I don't know if you're aware of this, outdoors for the most
is that
part.
right? Yeah. Huh.
Many of them are outdoors. And Vic Fangio were all fined $100,000 each for not wearing masks. And each of their teams was fined another $250,000. So it's $1 million in fines because they didn't wear their stupid masks.
Yeah, this story broke yesterday afternoon, and apparently Sean Payton and John Gruden weren't checking their notifications like those crazy liberal chicks driving down the road. They would have seen it because they didn't wear their masks last night either.
Oops. Of course, they won the game, so maybe he won't feel too bad about it.
Yeah, but I mean, that's... Boy, the NFL is obviously, they mean business with these masks.
They do.
So just wear the Andy Reid no fog mask and be happy.
Poke some holes in it.
I mean, it's the shield.
Uh-huh.
He hasn't been fined.
No, he hasn't.
So there you go.
It doesn't have to make sense. It just has to be symbolic.
Exactly. That's the whole
all they're
point.
Looking for.
You just need to avoid the stairs at the store or on the football field and get on with your life.
Then we come to some businesses and some people that are taking it way too seriously and to such an extreme, and they can't even use their noodles at all on this. So a mother and her 2-year-old were kicked off an American Airlines flight because the 2-year-old kept taking her mask off, his or her. Yes, it's her. It's a her. So Chaya Bruck was traveling with her 6 kids. Wow.
I mean, first of all,
congratulations on even attempting that.
Right?
That's a monumental feat to begin with. And then you're making her try to enforce a 2-year-old wearing a mask when 2-year-olds don't even need to wear them. 2-year-olds are exempt, as far as I know, right? I mean, they've said little kids and babies don't need to wear them.
This story is madness.
So she's struggling with her 6 kids when her youngest, Dina, 2 years old, refused to wear her mask, as other passengers who tried to support her were kicked off the plane. I tried repeatedly, she said, begged him, bribed him, pleaded with him, did everything I could. While he was, didn't he understand he needs to? You have to? Didn't you explain that to him? Like, we're going to get kicked off the flight, honey, if you don't wear your mask.
Come on, little camper.
You can do this, Chief. You really can. So she did everything she could, she says, while he was screaming. Oh, it is?
No, it's a boy?
Yeah, I guess
so. The name is D-I-N-A.
D-I-N-A, yeah.
Well, then.
While she said he was screaming and crying as loud as I tried to hold him and put the mask back on, feeling my absolute lowest of lows as a mother. I mean, she's trying. Mm-hmm. She said they were exhausted when they finally boarded their flight home to Manchester, New Hampshire. Shortly after Davis took her seat, she said the flight attendant informed her and her overtired son that if she could not get him to wear the mask, they'd have to leave the flight. All passengers, including Davis and her son, were forced to deplane because of the incident. Okay, because a 2-year-old won't wear his mask? Can't we have any common sense?
No, that ship has sailed, Sparky. I'm sorry. We are. Bye-bye.
It's a good point, Spark.
I hope you've said your goodbyes to common sense, because it's gone and it ain't coming back.
It's gone. Fellow passenger, this is somebody else, not even connected to the family.
Yeah.
Said it was very cold and cruel. This wasn't an issue of a grown adult not complying out of spite because they don't agree with masks. This was a child. And it was not a bad, irresponsible mom either. She was crying and trying to keep the mask on, asking the flight attendants for help and advice on what to do.
While struggling with her 5 other children. That's American Airlines?
Yep.
Noted.
Yep. Jeez. Mm-hmm. Really? You can't have a little compassion for a mom who's struggling with a little baby plus 5 other kids? You know how hard it is to travel with kids on a plane? Little ones? Yeah, I think you probably do. So that's really
despicable?
Ridiculous. Yes, and again, despicable of them.
Mac. Sorry, this one just popped up here. I like that one too.
Mac,
yeah.
Hey, Mac.
Ace.
That's another good one.
That's a good one. Ace. Bucko. Oh, yeah, I like that one too. Sorry. Oh, the list goes. I guess I better post this, huh?
Yes.
Okay, I'll post this.
Yeah,
Be looking for it on Twitter at Pat Unleashed.
888-900-3393. Some good news, though. Ron DeSantis from Florida, the governor there, is pushing legislation he described as bold, and bold it is. Under the new criminal offenses section established by the Would-Be Combating Violence, Disorder, and Looting and Law Enforcement Protection Act. That's a catchy name. It's a catchy name.
Wait, what are the letters again? Like, what are the first letters of everything?
CVDLLEPA.
No, come on. These have got to spell something.
I know.
I mean, that's the number one rule of bills is that they have to spell out something in the acronym, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And it doesn't.
Okay.
But he wants it declared a third-degree felony to obstruct traffic during an unpermitted protest, demonstration, or violent or disorderly assembly. Notably, the next clause purports to remove liability for injury or death a driver causes if that driver is fleeing for safety from a mob. Thank you! Yes! In other words, you can't just stand in front of oncoming traffic. Get out of the street, you morons! You do not have the right to stop traffic on a surface street, the freeway. I don't care where it is. You can't block traffic. You don't have the right to do that. And yet we're acting as if these people are barbarians if they dare try to drive through this angry mob and get out of there before somebody pulls them out of the car and kills them. Former Tallahassee Mayor Andrew Gillum, who lost the gubernatorial election to DeSantis in 2018, immediately called for legal advocacy groups to bring legal action, saying DeSantis' move would have legalized the murder of Heather Heyer in Charlottesville. Shut up. That's a completely different situation. Completely different. You cannot endanger yourself, put yourself in harm's way, and then blame the other person for continuing with their life. No, I'm sorry. That doesn't work.
Have they already passed this? So this thing is already done? Okay.
No, he's just introduced it.
Okay.
I'm hoping it'll pass.
Well,
it needs to pass, and it needs to be passed everywhere. Because that'll make them think twice before they get in front of a vehicle, a 2,000-pound vehicle, and start banging on it.
Yeah, and if they surround the Capitol right after they pass this, you might be able to put it to the test. That new law might get a workout right out of the gate.
Quite possibly. Yep. 888-900-3393. More Pat Gray Unleashed coming up. Got some tweets. Devil Dog tweets. I've solved the mystery. Al Sharpton is writing Biden's speeches.
Oh no.
Why was traffic problems emails sent?
Come on, man.
It makes about the same amount of sense.
Totally does.
I think you might be onto something. Fantastic Larky Farkin. At this point, Furbies make more sense than Biden does.
Truth.
Do they actually speak, the Furbies? I don't remember. Amy, what's her face? Pat, how do you feel about being called homie? Example, hey, homie, did you find everything? No.
Would that throw you? If,
a little bit. I wouldn't probably like that very much. Comrade Snoobage tweets, wow, I can't believe that sweet pea fascist used gendered language.
Oh.
That's a good point.
Point of personal privilege?
Yes. Go ahead.
Please do not use gendered language to address everyone.
You're right. Yeah.
That's right, because she said, you guys.
Yeah.
And then that awkward zoom.
I mean, look at this. It's just to remind you, she did use gendered language.
Mm-hmm. Listen, kiddo, I get it. I don't like the two-party system. I think our country's corrupt. And quite frankly, I don't want to vote for Biden. It feels like voting for a Republican. But I'm gonna do it. You want to know why?
Wow.
Because the alternative is a fascist.
Oh.
A fascist is a fascist.
Is that Keith Olbermann's
Maybe we can have
sister?
the conversation about dismantling the two-party system.
She should get a T-shirt that says it.
Isn't running. Maybe we can do that later, kiddo. Champ. Chief. Maybe we can talk about it later.
Mr. Bush, you're a fascist. Get them to print you a T-shirt with fascist on it.
The ultimate insult.
Yeah.
The ultimate.
Yeah, totally. That's good. Bucko.
All right, from Sir Nasty. Also, dude, chief is not the preferred nomenclature. Native American leader, please.
Oh.
Native American leader.
Gotcha.
Right.
Sorry, Sparky.
Hey, Native American leader. How you doing? Duct tape freak. They need to add puddin' to that list of condescending nicknames.
Oh,
yes.
yeah. Let me see if that's on there.
Puddin', pumpkin,
Control.
sweet cheeks.
Pumpkin is on there.
Pumpkin? Okay.
But pudding.
Puddin' isn't.
We got to get pudding on there. Remember, it's not pudding.
Right, it's puddin'.
It's Puiddin apostrophe.
Puddin is how I would.
Don't you need an apostrophe where the G used to be?
You could.
I mean,
put it
we
there,
discussed
yes. You could do that.
the important issues
Yes,
on
that's
this
really.
show.
Rush won't be talking about that today. Also, Rob, one of our producers, went to Trent.com so that he could try to transcribe what Joe Biden was saying.
Okay.
And here's how it comes out. First of all, here's the audio again of Joe Biden, I don't know, trying to get through some sort of sentence. We don't even know what he's saying
Stop
here.
your boast about never being seemed at what you can do anything. You always talk about your ability to negotiate.
Okay, you can't argue with that.
Negotiate
We got it.
We
We can't argue with that because we don't know what he's saying. But still, you can't argue with it. So here's how it translated. Okay. And stop your boast about never being seen dead. What you can do anything you need. Okay. Well, there you go.
Nailed it.
So if you're looking for a transcript, we just helped you out right there.
It's a fun little website.
Bang. Just like that.
TRINT.com. What do you do? Just run videos through that, Rob, and it magically spits out the gobbledygook into word form?
I've never heard of Trent.com.
Audio, huh? Oh, wow.
Okay.
Okay.
Also, Pathead Derek Fox sent this to us. He saw this great piece of wardrobe at the grocery store, and this guy's proudly walking around, pushing his cart, got a few groceries in it, wearing a Fauci T-shirt.
What?
What is your statement with that? I love Fauci. I'm wearing the head of our medical team for the administration. I'm wearing his name on my shirt.
That's weird. Where are you going to get a Fauci shirt?
I mean, I would never have guessed there were Fauci shirts, but there are, and he has one.
Oh, my goodness. Ugh.
I don't know why you would ever do that.
That is...
That's great.
Kind of pathetic there.
Of course, I guess it's better than a Che T-shirt. He's probably got one of those at home, too.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of Fauci, he's about to speak at a festival with Hillary Clinton, Stacey Abrams, and the Black Lives Matter founder. That's
wow.
great. That's great.
That is very interesting, Ivan.
Interesting lineup, isn't it? So he will speak at a virtual festival this year alongside numerous other progressive figureheads, including Hillary. The Atlantic Festival, an event that promises to, quote, bring brave thinking and bold ideas to life with 4 days of can't-miss conversations, evening headliners, and more, unquote, will feature a marquee lineup of numerous liberal luminaries. Aside from Clinton and former gubernatorial candidate Stacey Abrams, Black Lives Matter founder Alicia Garza, and TV host Samantha Bee. What a fun lineup. Would you love to be there for that and hear all those wonderful thoughts that they have to share with people? I would love it.
It's are trained Marxists.
Thank you.
Are trained Marxists.
So maybe that's one of the things the founder of Black Lives Matter will be sharing with the festival audience. Fauci also spoke at the festival in 2017, during which he criticized how fearful. I love this.
Wait, what?
Back in 2017, he criticized how fearful Americans were about pandemics.
If you just listen to the science people, the medical professionals who know what they're talking about, if you just listen to them, nobody would have died.
The American public, I guess understandably, has an issue with the concept of a new risk, he said at the time. You live with risks every day, but when new risk comes along, that's far less risky than the risks that you're living with. Mm-hmm. You're panicked about the new risk.
So he had common sense until it was an election year.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Or he had patents. Interesting.
Mm-hmm. It's also interesting that, he kind of held on to that position until January, February. What was it, February 29th when he said, 29th. We don't need to get it carried away in America.
Everybody just needs to relax.
Yeah, it's not going to be like that here.
Something flipped the switch in old Dr. Fauci in early March, and he changed his tune for us.
Indeed, he did. Yeah. This was the January comment.
We don't have to worry about this one, right?
Well, obviously you need to take it seriously and do the kinds of things that the CDC and the Department of Homeland Security are doing.
Oh, okay.
But this is not a major threat for the people in the United States, and this is not something that the citizens of the United States right now should be worried about.
That's interesting. Ivan, is there a number of people can call?
No, right now.
February 29th.
No, right now, at this moment, there is no need to change anything that you're doing on a day-by-day basis.
I'm sorry, what? There's no need for me to change anything I'm doing on a day-by-day basis. Okay, thank you. Yeah, I got that. Crystal clear now, right? And that's why you wear a Fauci T-shirt to the store, because he's so brilliant.
That's a good look, Sparky.
Also, the CDC has just said, when we publish the fact that this virus is airborne and it spreads more than 6 feet, that's we weren't supposed to post that.
Hold on, you're kind of trailing off.
We don't. I mean, it's not.
Sorry, this seems important. What now?
In other words, we don't know what the hell we're talking about.
Yet again.
Yes, yet again. So they don't know if it's airborne. I mean, how many times have they changed their position on this? 1 million. Officials at the CDC say their position has not really changed. That the post last week on the agency's website was an error that had been taken down. So what do you mean? It's an error that it doesn't spread? Like aerosol? It doesn't spread in the air? Or was it a mistake that somebody posted that it does? Which is it?
I think that's the mistake. Yeah, or something. I don't know. Who knows, man? I think they meant to post, it's only airborne if you're standing upright. Because remember, if you got to wear a mask if you're walking. If you're sitting, it goes right over your noggin.
We've learned that from every restaurant that we've been to during this situation. And I love this, too, because here's another piece of information that has been incorrect for months and months. And yet, you're supposed to just disregard all that. Everything they've gotten wrong, forget about it. Forget about it. What they're saying right now is absolute fact, and it's science, and you need to believe it. Right? Yeah. I mean, how do you expect us to just roll with these punches every time? The temperature tests are not a good indicator of COVID. So this is what everybody's doing. You're getting a little. I had this yesterday. They took the temperature on my wrist, which I've never had before.
I've never seen that.
Yeah, I haven't either.
May I ask where you were?
Where I was? Yeah, at a restaurant.
Oh, really? At a restaurant they did?
Yeah. Huh. And they just, I was like preparing my forehead.
Yeah.
And they said, no, you're right here on your wrist. My wrist?
That's better. I'd rather have those rays going into my wrist than my brain. But go ahead. Sorry.
Yes. But now we're finding out it's meaningless because not everybody has a temperature. And they've been saying that for a while. But now they're just admitting it's not a good gauge of COVID-19. Many infected children and adults don't even get the fever ever at any time during the illness.
And you say all this, but just wait until a vaccine is required to travel.
Yeah.
You want to fly, you want to drive, and you want a driver's license.
Mm-hmm.
You want to be allowed entry into public places, courthouses.
Maybe even work. Who knows?
This is going to get ugly.
They just did a study of 300 kids, and only 56% of them had a fever. 44% did not. And it's 48% of adults get fevers. How weird is that? So we've been going through this temperature check thing and the assumption that that's a really good indicator. And now they tell us, nope, just another wrong-headed piece of advice they've given us.
But trust the authorities.
But trust the next thing they say because it's absolute science. And you're a complete buffoon and science denier if you don't believe it.
But believe what? Like believe when?
I know. Because when you believe it tomorrow, don't believe it for very long because the next day they're going to change it.
This is madness.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Hey, it's the first day of fall. You excited about that?
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Wow, it's the autumn solstice already. Mm-hmm. That's pretty cool. Speaking of cool, the weather here has been unbelievably fall-like. It never cools off like this. We've had temperatures in the 70s for several days in a row, maybe a week.
Yeah, it was weird. We got some, I know it's a very localized weather forecast, but we got some weird rain coming out of the southeast yesterday, and it's that hurricane that's hitting, it's spitting up stuff from the Gulf.
Yeah, but I mean, just a little,
just kept it cool.
Like a dusting. It was
nice. But it was, like you said, it cooled it off, and it's feeling like fall.
Yeah. 888-900-3393. Also at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. I had something I was going to... Oh, I know what it was. Speaking of all this COVID stuff.
Yeah.
This is from a couple of months ago. But somebody compiled the broadcast of, I don't know how many, maybe 30 different locations, including when Gavin Newsom said it. And then, of course, Cuomo in New York, and then television report after TV report. Do we have this on video, too?
Yeah.
All right. Here is, see if you can pick out what's unusual about this.
As of today, and I say as of today at this hour, we have 33 confirmed positive tests for the virus.
33.
Yesterday we had 22 cases. Today we have 33 cases, so it's gone up by 11.
That's interesting.
That brings, those are 11 new cases. 22 goes to 33.
As we sort through this here in Arkansas. Today,
now in Arkansas.
We have 33 confirmed positive cases.
You
in
do
Arkansas.
too? Huh.
As of today, we have 33 confirmed cases with Boston residents.
In Boston, too.
Those numbers to climb.
33?
As of this afternoon, we have 33 Pennsylvanians who have tested positive for COVID-19.
That's weird.
So as of this morning, there were 33 confirmed cases in North Carolina.
In North Carolina, too.
Lots to get to tonight.
Wait, let me guess.
Hendricks. We want to start with new information into our newsroom. Within the past couple of hours, there are now 33 confirmed cases of the coronavirus in Michigan.
Good
Anybody
evening,
getting
everyone.
a trend?
Thanks for joining us for the news at 6. I'm Richard Guerra. Karina Corral has the night off. More cases of the coronavirus were confirmed today in San Luis Obispo
Pause for a
County.
second. Where's Karina? Where the hell is Karina?
Right?
Why does she have the night off?
I mean, this is
Have
an
we looked
important
into
time, right? You can't
Is Karina one of the 33 people who all of a sudden magically, it went from 22 yesterday, now it's 33.
Oh, no.
That's 11 new cases.
Where is Karina?
Is Karina the one spreading this? to 33 people in every one of these cities.
Better be quarantining yourself.
All right, let's see the rest of this.
Has the night off. More cases of the coronavirus were confirmed today in San Luis Obispo County, bringing the total number now to 33.
Right now, Georgia is reporting a total of 99 cases in 19 counties. That is 33 new cases from just yesterday.
Good afternoon, I'm Karen Swenson. More cases and more events affected. Here is the latest coronavirus news. There are now 33 cases in Louisiana.
33 cases in Louisiana.
As expected. The number of cases of COVID-19 jumps. A total of 33 people in our state have been tested and are confirmed to have the coronavirus.
But it's 33,
the shelter-at-home order brought 6 new confirmed cases of the coronavirus to San Luis Obispo County, bringing the total number to 33.
33.
Troopers will be professional.
I have a guess here.
I'm going to say 25. 25 new cases.
As the number of confirmed COVID-19 cases in Rhode Island jumps by 33.
33 again! I didn't see that coming. I did not see that coming.
Okay, so that was either 13 or 14. I kind of lost count when we went sidetracked on Karina, where she was going. But I think we're like at 14 or so. They're the same.
What is that?
Right? What is that?
I mean, we know that certain stories are sent out to various local news agencies, and then they report them exactly the same way.
Mm-hmm.
But these are the specific numbers from your specific area.
From your local area.
Right.
Yes.
How did it be? How could that possibly happen?
It's because they're just randomly drawing numbers out of a hat for COVID.
Is it just decided that everybody goes up by 33 today?
I think they're playing us. They wanted to see if we'd catch on, and somebody did.
Wow. That's amazing. All right, more Pat Gray Unleashed coming up. 888-900-3393. Also, Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Beautiful Stable Genius tweets, I'd wear a Fauci shirt, but only if it said, is a fraud on the back. Carl Smith, Pat, Joe is playing 4D chess. I mean, how can you argue with someone when everything they say is completely incomprehensible? Exactly.
Good theory.
Lone Wolf tweets, so Fauci is like Coke. There's new Fauci that sucks and Fauci classic that was good. And Adam Schiffler tweets, at least it's not 18 cases. 18! All the way through. That would have been kind of funny.
That would have been good.
It's not strange, though. It's just weird. How does that happen? How do you have 33 new cases? We just went from 22 to 33 overnight. In that many locations? I guess just a wild coincidence.
Yeah, just coincidence, man.
Nothing's going on there, right? We're not being duped in any way, shape, or form. I'm sure everything's fine. Just keep your eyes closed, your head buried in the sand. Don't worry about it. It's fine. I really don't know what it means. It could be just that somebody sent out a news thing. Of course, the 2 governors, what are they doing reading? That wouldn't have happened to them. I don't know. It's amazing. By the way, the Emmy broadcast on Sunday night, I love this. The all-time record low for ratings, 5,110,000 people saw it. 5,110,000. That's pathetic. They thought it was bad last year when 7 million turned. That was an all-time record low. The more political they get, the more people keep turning this off. And man, I guess this was a really political Emmys award broadcast. I didn't watch 1 second of it, but I've seen a few clips, and it's hard to take.
Insufferable.
Oh my goodness. The Jimmy Kimmel and who's the black guy? I don't know his name, but he's from. Is it called Blackness or what is that show? Might be. Anyway, they're standing up there. One of them black, one of them white, and the black actor says to Kimmel, "This is where white people would clap," and he does on command, and he does everything that he's told to do, and at the end, tries to make him say Black Lives Matter. So Kimmel says Black Lives Matter. No, say it again, and he says it again. No, I can't hear you. Say it louder. So he says it louder.
Oh,
so is this what we're coming to?
Oh, bad.
We're the new slaves, and they're the new masters. That's sort of I guess that's the implication there now. I don't know. But it's also happening out on the street, unfortunately. We've got this video from, where are we here? Is it in Portland? Yeah. BLM Antifa in Portland, rioting on the street outside the Central Police Precinct, smashing up businesses. They block the road for hours, and they make the passenger of this car give the Black Power salute. Oh. And he does. Watch this.
Say Black Lives Matter.
Malachi.
Black Lives Matter.
Say Black Lives Matter.
Malachi.
Cool. Say Black Lives Matter. Put the fist up.
Pause it for a second. He's trying to get him say Black Lives Matter so we know you're cool. I don't have to say Black Lives Matter. So I don't give a rat's anus what you think of me.
But do you want to be cool?
I don't really know. I don't really care. I really don't care. I'm not giving your Black Power salute, and I'm not saying Black Lives Matter on command. Even though they do, and I know they do, I'm not down with your organization, and I'm not doing it. All right, let's see the rest of
No,
this.
that's cool. Say Black Lives Matter. Put the fist up. You gotta say Black Lives Matter.
You gotta be kidding me.
Yeah, say
Come on, man.
Black Lives Matter, homie. Feel better. Say Black Lives Matter right now.
Black Lives Matter.
Say Black Lives Matter, bro.
Shut up.
No. You didn't. I didn't hear, bro. Okay, say it. Proud. Let him talk. Let him talk. Thank you. All right, thank you. Appreciate it.
How about this? I say, stuff it up your anus. How about that? How about I say that?
Did they let you through?
I don't. I'm driving. They either let me through or they're under my tires. So you decide. You make the call. That is unbelievable. And they're mostly compliant. The video goes on a little later. Somehow both of them get out of the vehicle and they're wandering around with the crowd.
That's a mistake.
And somebody smashes his passenger side window out.
Oh, didn't see that one coming.
Yeah. So he comes back and he's like, who did this? Who's the P word that did this?
Your new friend.
He said, yeah, he ran off. And so he runs down the street chasing him. And that's where the video ends. So I don't know if he ever caught him. But this is pathetic.
You're going to learn a new phrase in my town.
Wow.
Sidearms matter.
Jeez,
seriously,
no kidding.
This is out of control.
It's completely out of control. And white people are just rolling over and playing dead for it. Stop it. Stop acquiescing to this. Wow. I thought we were looking for equality. Okay? You're not the boss of me. I'm not going to do it.
Say it.
Nope.
Say it.
How about I say again, stick it up your anus.
Come on, homie.
Right up your rectal cavity. How about that? Homie, chief, cuz, whatever you want to, dude.
Oh, what are we?
It's so asinine, and it's frightening. We're in real trouble here. We're in real trouble. We've been guilted. So many whites have been guilted into thinking they deserve this, and they have to roll over for it. And we have this coming. Okay. I'm not taking all that on myself. I don't know why any white people would. As long as you're not the oppressor, you don't have to worry about it. And yet we are.
Yeah.
And yet we are.
There's a lot of sins we commit in our lifetimes that we need
sins that we've actually committed.
For, you know?
Yes.
And being a racist ain't one of them.
Wow.
So that's where I'm not going to give in.
And keep in mind, again, Ron DeSantis, the governor of Florida, proposing legislation that you get in front of the car, the driver is not accountable for what happens to you if you don't get out of the way. Which makes so much sense to me. You're the one who got in the street. It's not okay to do that.
There's a sidewalk.
Yeah.
And there is a roadway.
Right. There was a reason that your mom taught you to look both ways before you cross the street. You're supposed to cross when there's no traffic. Now, when you're standing right in front of traffic, bad things might happen to you.
So then that's where you wait for the crosswalk, right? You can wait. That's when you can actually be in the road legally.
Yes.
However, as we learned about a month ago on Pat Gray Unleashed, the crosswalk sign is racist.
Yeah. Jeez.
Because the little white man
the white guy is the one who tells you to cross the street.
Too white.
But the DeSantis thing is being seen as, racist and horrible, and he's trying to kill people, and it's just asking for accountability on the part of people who are putting themselves in danger.
I don't care what color you are. If you're blocking the road and blocking my vehicle or trying to climb on it, you're going to end up underneath.
Right. Something bad is going to happen to you. Kohl's department stores have just announced a new line of Black Lives Matter clothing, so that's great. Huh. So you can wear your black fist, your black power fist, right on your shirt proudly every single day wherever you go.
Oh, come on. Oh.
They got a whole new line of Black Lives Matter and equality-based T-shirts that will be available for purchase.
That looks good.
Shirts will be available starting today. We're all in luck.
Oh, good. Got a use for your Kohl's cash now. It's the Kohl's, what is it? New diversity and inclusion strategy.
Oh, how wonderful. How wonderful. We've partnered with Cream City Print Lounge, a Milwaukee area black-owned business, to create a line of tees for the whole family to support racial equality. Okay. Mark your calendars for 9/21 to shop the line in select stores. Oh, okay, that was actually yesterday, I guess. With this launch, Kohl's is proud to donate $100,000 to the National Urban League, which strengthens economic empowerment, equity, and civil rights. And it also strengthens the move to Marxism in this country. So we got that going for us, too. That's really nice.
Wow. So I was wondering how it got the nickname Cream City, Milwaukee. It has nothing to do with the dairy industry, Pat.
Oh.
It's because of the yellow cream-colored bricks that were first discovered and made here in the 19th century. Cream City. Did you know that Milwaukee was the Cream City?
Did not.
I didn't either.
I did not. That's good information. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Also, a new poll from the Pew Research and Fox News shows support for the Black Lives Matter movement has dropped more than 10 points since midsummer. Good! Finally, people are starting to realize, maybe I shouldn't blindly follow them. Voters now qualify the unrest in places like Kenosha, Wisconsin, as riots and not protests. Congratulations!
Welcome to the party.
As racial justice protests have intensified following the shooting of Jacob Blake, public support for the Black Lives Matter movement has declined. A majority of U.S. adults, 55%, now express at least some support for the movement. Oh, my gosh. But that's down from 67% in mid-June.
So we've gone from 67% support the movement
to 55%.
Got a ways to go yet.
The share who say they strongly support the movement stands at 29%, down from 38% 3 months ago. The decline's not just among white adults either. Hispanics contacted also expressed waning support. Maybe you should share that information with Kohl's. I don't know. Or just let them continue to burn their business to the ground.
So do you have to go and use Kohl's cash to buy these, or can you just break the windows and go in and just grab them off the rack?
That's a good question. Should be able to just break the windows and go in, right?
Right.
It's just...
that's the movement they're supporting.
Yes.
So
why not?
We're not saying you should go to Kohl's and smash the windows.
No, please don't.
We're just asking the question if that's what they're expecting.
It's kind of a logical question, really. Plus, the official Black Lives Matter website no longer includes language encouraging the disruption of the Western prescribed nuclear family structure.
Oh, the webmaster finally got around to cleaning up the site, I see.
There was something they could not defend. Everything else, all the LGBTQIA2 plus stuff they can defend. But disrupting the nuclear family? No. That flat out evil. They can't get people past that part.
So you know how I come in here in the morning and I print up a forest worth of articles and stuff. Yeah, so I had emailed myself a link to that story from Yahoo News last night. So when I got in this morning and it was a broken link, it no longer existed on Yahoo News about
this story
about Black Lives Matter taking the nuclear family assault off of their website.
Oh.
Had to go and find it somewhere else.
Okay.
And I'm doing a search just to make sure. Maybe I had the link wrong. No, they've erased it from the Yahoo News realm, any mention of this story. They don't want you to know that there was ever a mention of dismantling the nuclear family on the BLM website. Yahoo News.
Fascinating. Now go to Black Lives Matter and what we're about, or whatever section that was in, and see if they actually did remove that paragraph. I wonder if they removed the article because they didn't remove the paragraph, or they just don't want people to know about it.
They want you to never even know what happened. Yeah.
The language was featured on the What We Believe page. So, yeah, check out the What We Believe page. The group had laid out its support for various extreme policies and ideals that went way beyond police reform and brutality. Attempts to access the page now yield a message that reads, "Page not found." Are you finding that?
Well, I'm not finding it. Just a search for it here. So, yeah, I think it's...
Sorry, but the page you were trying to view does not exist.
Yeah,
so not only did they take that down, they took the whole thing down about the LGBTQIA2+ stuff?
Let's see. There's no results for nuclear family. I'll tell you that.
Okay. That is interesting.
Give me a keyword. What was the other one? The LGBT. What was the? Give me a.
It's the What We Believe page. If you click on that link, it'll take you to all that stuff.
Oh, okay, got it. Yeah, it's been a while. I'm not seeing it anywhere.
Are you getting the error page even?
No, I'm not seeing the What We Believe page. I'm seeing the About. And
it might be About.
I don't know if have they changed the title of that page as well, because I'm scrolling through all the stuff that was on that page before. I'm seeing all of that, but yeah, I think they've taken it off. Huh.
That's interesting.
It's time to clean up that image,
Right.
But we've been talking about that since May, since they started to rear their head again.
Yeah, and sure enough, they did erase it. It's just completely gone. Now it's just we are expansive. We're a collective, that's for sure, of liberators who believe in an inclusive and spacious movement. We affirm the lives of black, queer, and trans folks, disabled folks, undocumented folks who climb on rocks, tough folks, sissy folks, even folks with chicken pox.
Wow, they've added some stuff.
No, they got folks with records. So, they're talking prisoners there. Women, all black lives along the gender spectrum. Is there a gender spectrum? There's not just two. There's 97. We are working for a world where black lives are no longer systematically targeted for demise. We affirm our humanity, and the Black Lives Matter is a rallying cry for all black lives striving for liberation. That's it. Wow. So they've dropped the nuclear family section of that. Fascinating. Huh. All right, let me tell you about realestateagentsitrust.com. Because you might be looking to relocate. Maybe you're just moving across town. Regardless, you need a realtor who knows the market and who understands the things that are going to help you sell your home for the most money. And in the shortest amount of time. Nothing worse than when your house sits on the market for a really long time. First of all, it's stressful. Secondly, the price falls. Inevitably, it comes down when it's been there a long time because people start to wonder, well, what's wrong with the house? And there could be nothing wrong with it. Just one of those things. But realestateagentsitrust.com, you'll get a realtor who can see you through this process and give you really good advice on what you should do to sell your home the quickest. Not just have open houses every single weekend, so you have to keep your house nonstop immaculate. Same goes for buying a home. When you choose your agent through Real Estate Agents I Trust, you've just partnered yourself with a competitive winning machine. Real Estate Agents I Trust. The name says it all. realestateagentsitrust.com. Welcome. 888-900-3393. Also at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Pick-a-Pool tweets, isn't 33 also the over-under for the number of points the Falcons will give up in the fourth quarter?
All right, I got it. Got it.
Yeah. Get off my lawn tweets. Nothing says I support your cause like repeating your mantra under threat of violence. Isn't that the truth? Tobin for Pope. Shouldn't Kohl's be giving away these T-shirts as reparations? Indeed they should. Yes. The answer to that, Yes. Also, apparently, LeBron James has some things to say. He's trying to get them off his chest. Yeah. He says black people don't believe their votes count and that he's seen black votes invalidated by recounts. He's seen that. Okay.
Wait, he's a poll worker?
Yeah, I guess he oversees a lot of the polling places.
Now, that would get a lot of people to show up at the polls.
Really would, wouldn't
it?
If
you could go and meet LeBron James after you vote.
He's been vocal, of course, on social justice issues, and he said he didn't consider voting to be important when he became eligible at 18, not just because he was just distracted with basketball, but because he didn't think his vote mattered. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's white people that think the same thing, LeBron. Black people in the community don't believe that their vote matters. We grow up and don't think that our vote actually matters. It doesn't. We've seen recounts before. We've seen our voices be muted our whole lives. When did LeBron James become the spokesman for the entire black race? Did they vote on that?
Well,
I missed it.
They didn't count him right.
I missed that vote. He's an unusual choice, but okay. If he was talking about Ahmaud Arbery, who was killed, and he was killed by white guys who apparently hunted him down. That's at least what they're being charged with. He says, we're literally hunted every day, every time we step our feet outside the comfort of our homes. Can't even go for a damn jog, man. Like, WTF, man. Are you kidding me? Man?
Yeah.
Man? Okay, that's just not true. Blacks are not literally hunted every day, every time they leave the house. I'm sorry, that's not true. And you can't just throw that kind of stuff out there. So irresponsible. Then he tweeted out this thing about Ahmaud Arbery, and at the bottom of a picture of him, it says, I was murdered by an armed father and son who hunted me down and shot me as I jogged in a Georgia neighborhood. Neither of my killers have been charged. My name is Ahmaud Arbery. Yeah, well, that's just a flat-out lie, because 3 white men have been indicted on 9 charges of murder each. They face life in prison without the possibility of parole. Again, you can't just say this. It's so irresponsible and dangerous to be spewing this kind of rhetoric when we're teetering on the precipice and nobody seems to care. Joe Biden doesn't seem to care. LeBron James doesn't seem to care. And again, where's Barack Obama in all of this?
Oh, no.
You think he could influence people for good in a positive way and say, I know we've got grievances, we're trying to work those out, but violence isn't going to help anything. Stop it. Stop the violence. Stop the rioting. Stop the looting. This is not what we're about. Wouldn't that be nice to, I don't know, kind of hear that? Seems like it would make a little bit of sense to me, and wouldn't they demand it if it was, I don't know, some patriot group doing it? Wouldn't they demand it of Donald Trump? Absolutely they would. Why isn't he saying anything about this?
Yeah, if you're in the business of rooting against all things LeBron James, his Lakers are up in the Western Conference Finals on the Denver Nuggets 2-0. Unfortunately. Yeah, I think I misspoke last week. Remember when I said it was an all-LA Western Conference Final? Yeah,
it wasn't.
Obviously, we don't care.
Did the Nuggets eliminate Los Angeles, the Clippers?
Yeah, because the Clippers were up 3-1 or 3-0 or something, right?
I don't know. I haven't paid a bit of attention to it. No idea.
So the Nuggets came back. Yeah, they were down 3-1. Okay. And so anyway, Lakers are up 2-0 if you care.
I don't, except that I don't want LeBron James
right,
to be
that's
successful.
The only reason I am even checking this out, to see if he's going to fall flat on his face. And over in the East, the Miami Heats lead the Boston Celtics 2-1. Somebody eliminate LeBron, running out of time.
Please, by all that is holy, don't give him yet another championship. He already thinks way too much of himself. That we don't need this too. Plus, he's really pissed off because he finished second in the MVP voting.
Oh, no.
Oh, he's angry.
You know what we could do?
about
We
that.
could put the Lakers and Falcons jerseys. They totally blow this.
There you go.
Aha.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Got a tweet here from Reaganette. BLM.org. Drop the what we believe because debates are coming up and voting starts. Biden fact checkers will see if Trump tries to make the claim they're Marxist. They'll shout, he lies. Communists have to hide what they believe. Yeah, but they're doing that less and less these days. But that may be legitimate. That they've done it just in time for the debates, just in case Trump says you're trying to destroy American families and you're a Marxist organization. They've removed some of that evidence. From Jeff, Obama is the Oz behind the curtain. Yeah, that could well be as well. He and George Soros. Louis Gohmert tweeted, Democrats are saying that a Supreme Court justice should not be replaced until a new president takes office. But that would be 4.5 years from now. That's way too long. That's a great point, Louis. Thank you. Thank you for making it a great point. By the way, U.S. government scientists reported that the Arctic Ocean's floating ice cover has shriveled to its second lowest extent since satellite records began in 1979.
Uh-oh.
Okay, but it's been this low before, and then it increased. Why wouldn't it do the same thing now? Because this proves it's a cycle that just happens. But until this month, only once in the last 42 years has Earth's frozen skull cap covered less than 1.5 million square miles.
Frozen skull cap?
Yeah, that's what they call it in the article here.
Oh, sounds like a pretty good band name there.
The trend line is clear. Sea ice extent has diminished 14% per decade over that period. The Arctic could see its first... We heard this a million times. The Arctic could see its first ice-free summer or part of the summer in some summer month, according to Dr. Maslowski. As early as, what was his thing, 2014?
Oh.
Remember that?
Gosh.
Let's see.
He said how many years? When did he say that? That's the key.
Let's just see, because I think it was back in
past.
07
It's past.
or 08.
And some of the models suggest to Dr. Maslowski that there's a 75% chance that the entire North Polar Ice Cap during some of the summer months would be completely ice-free within the next 5 to 7 years.
Okay, 5 to 7 years.
Okay, he said that in December of 2009. So by December of 2016,
if you even do his outside timetable,
right,
it's already passed by 4 years. So now they're saying the Arctic could see its first ice-free summer as early as 2035. Huh. Well, that's changed a little bit. Again, you're supposed to believe them until they tell you to believe something else, and then you believe that. And then when that goes haywire and that changes, you don't worry about the change. You just absolutely take to the bank whatever it is they're saying at that point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know how it works. The goalposts always moving, man.
But listen to this. Scientists have finally said it. American scientists have said, but all that melting ice and snow does not directly boost sea levels. Thank you! Any more than melted ice cubes make a glass of water overflow. Yes, which is what people have been saying for I don't know how long. Granted, this would be bad news for polar bears because they need the ice. But should we care as mankind? That's the question. And their answer is yes, of course. It would certainly mean a profound shift in the region's marine ecosystems, from phytoplankton to whales, and we don't want that.
Oh my gosh, the phytoplankton is going to be affected by this?
It could be, yes. Keith,
well, you were reading that story, and I was like, I don't care. Nope, doesn't matter to me.
Now,
whoa, phytoplankton.
Yeah, now you're pissed. I hear you. felt the same way. I was pissed about the phytoplankton. As it turns out, there's several other reasons to be concerned, though. Okay,
do
not
tell.
just the phytoplankton.
Should I write these down?
Yes, probably.
Okay,
Probably should.
All right.
Sea ice removal exposes dark ocean.
that
No,
like
I
the
didn't know
dark
that.
web? What is dark ocean?
Which creates a powerful feedback mechanism. Freshly fallen snow reflects 80% of the sun's radiative force back into space. But when that mirror-like surface is replaced by deep blue water, about the same percentage of Earth heating energy is absorbed instead.
Oh, no. It sounds like we're setting ourselves up for a really, really hot planet.
Right.
Like CBS warned.
Yes, and they actually have the CBS warning in here.
Oh, yes.
The oceans, here it is, the oceans have already soaked up 90% of the excess heat generated by man-made greenhouse gas.
If all of that heat had... I mean, that is Keith math right there.
If all that heat had gone straight into the atmosphere, you know how hot it would be?
The temperature would have risen by 200
degrees. Right. So instead of being, I don't know, what is it today? 70, 73?
Yeah.
It'd be 273 degrees,
That
which is
seems-
too warm.
It's
That's
a
too
little
warm.
toasty.
Yes.
Even for Texas.
You'd need a really high sunblock. And they say after about SPF 30, it doesn't make any difference at all. So you can't go high enough in sunblock.
Wait, that's a real thing?
Yeah,
the
it's a real
SPF?
thing. Yeah. That's
What's the highest that they go on that SPF stuff?
I'm not sure. I think they go to 50, don't they?
Wow.
At least.
Let's see.
But nearly 13,000 years ago, for example, I love it when they prove our point. Yeah, it's a cycle. This happens. And then, you know what? It cools off again. And then it warms up.
Mm-hmm.
And then you know what happens?
What?
Cools off again.
Hold on, I'm sensing a
pattern.
pattern here.
Yeah, I know.
Uh-huh.
Nearly 13,000 years ago, for example, as Earth was transitioning out of an ice age and into the interglacial period that allowed our species to thrive, global temperatures abruptly plunged several degrees Celsius. They jumped back up again about 1,000 years later.
Yeah, Jeffy's told us about this when that happened. It's crazy.
He was pissed because
13,000 years ago.
Yeah, he was enjoying the coolness. He wasn't sweating as much. Then all of a sudden started to warm up again.
Right. Gotta get my SPF. By the way, fun fact, you're absolutely right. SPF 15 protects against 93%, okay, of the rays. SPF 30 protects against 97%. SPF 50 against 98%. So yeah, once you get around the roughly 20 mark,
you're pretty well maxed out, right? So
yep.
Put that in your pipe and smoke it, okay? I bet that's another new thing you didn't know before today's Pat Gray Unleashed program.
And you're welcome.
And you're welcome. Let me tell you about ScoreMaster. Did you know that the average American has 97 points they can add to their credit score? Of course, you have no idea how to get them, right? That's where ScoreMaster comes through. It is the new credit science that super boosts your credit score. So, these credit people, they're going to help you deal with your credit, and it raises your score 7 or 8 points. It's so weak. The average ScoreMaster user raises their credit score 61 points in 20 days or less. 61 points. So, for instance, if your credit score was in the high 500s to mid 600s when you bought a new car, if you'd gone to ScoreMaster first and raised your credit score just the average 61 points our listeners get, you could have saved $9,000 on your car loan. Now, if you bought a house, but you went to ScoreMaster before applying for the loan and raised your score just the average 61 points, you could have saved almost $100,000 over the life of your loan. That's pretty significant. ScoreMaster puts you in control of your finances, not the banks. Enroll in minutes and see how many plus points ScoreMaster can add to your credit score. It doesn't matter which of the 3 credit bureaus, this works on all of them. Visit ScoreMaster.com/Pat. That's ScoreMaster.com/Pat.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
And also, everybody's screaming about the Supreme Court justice, who's going to be the nominee. Almost certainly, apparently, it's going to be a woman.
Mm-hmm.
And so that leads us, hopefully, to Amy Coney Barrett. I hope he doesn't pull a surprise person at the last minute. I'd love to see it be Amy Coney Barrett, although she went through quite a process when she became a federal judge. Do you remember Dianne Feinstein's questioning of her?
When you read your speeches, the conclusion one draws is that the dogma lives loudly within you. And
that's a really weird way of saying, hey, you really have religious beliefs. And I'm troubled by that. I don't like that.
The dogma lives very loudly within you.
Yeah. Isn't that weird? That's really strange. So, yeah, you have really deeply held religious beliefs. And I'm sorry. I don't feel good about that.
that's of concern.
See?
When you come to big issues, that large numbers of...
I wonder what big issue she could be talking about. Take a wild stab in the dark. It's not the fair tax.
Pollution?
It's not pollution. No. I'm going to play a little bit more.
People have fought for years in this country.
Fought for.
Yeah. You know what? A lot of people have fought really hard for their religious beliefs, too. And a lot of people have fought really hard for allowing babies to be born. I don't know if you... Of course, what does that have to do with what she's talking about?
I don't know. What are you're kind of drifting away here.
I'm sure it wasn't abortion she was talking about.
Oh, my
I don't
goodness.
know where
How
that
did
came
you
from.
pick up on that?
I don't know. Just out of the blue. It just
totally didn't see that analysis coming. Man, that
so
is
pathetic.
So you're literally, according to Dianne Feinstein, you're not allowed to have religious beliefs if you want to be a judge.
Right.
In America.
Sorry. That's the Democrat theory. And man, if she is the nominee, they will be grilling her about that. Do you have a litmus test for pro-life? Well, they do. They have a litmus test. You must be pro-abortion or they're not going to vote for you.
Where did I hear this yesterday, that this whole Judiciary Committee stuff? I mean, there's nothing constitutional about that. That's just a formality. You could just go straight to a vote. You don't have to have hearings.
Right.
Just take it to the Senate, Mitch.
That's right. Yes. And he should.
Yeah. You talk about grilling a potential nominee. Who's this Hispanic federal judge down in Florida? I heard Rush yesterday saying something along the lines of, put her in front of them and have Democrats grilling a Hispanic female in election season.
Wow.
That could be fun.
Yes, it could.
Now, I know nothing about that judge.
Yeah, I don't either.
Yeah, this is going to be just a fun ride over the next 6 weeks, huh?
There's some really good possibilities, though. I mean, I really like Ted Cruz as a possibility. I really love Mike Lee as a possibility.
And do you think that their senators, their fellow senators, would vote for them? And would they be in a position to have to vote for themselves? How would that work? Because you literally cannot lose a vote right now in the Senate on this confirmation hearing.
Yeah. Because Romney's up for grabs, too. I'm afraid of that.
Well,
although Lindsey Graham said they have the votes.
They have the votes. Well, then let's just go.
Let's do it then.
Let's do this right now.
It's imperative that they do it and do it now.
Yeah.
And do the whole, well, you're hypocrites from last time. You said you shouldn't do this. First of all, there's some slight differences between this time and 2016.
Okay.
But secondly, you're doing the same thing.
I know.
So you're playing the other side of the fence, too. So shut up.
Both sides on this
Shut up.
are hypocritical.
We're just going to do it, okay?
Yeah.
I don't care if it's consistent or not. We're just going to do it because that's what you would do.
Let's just be honest. Sure,
Right.
Our side's being hypocritical, but we're going to do it anyway.
You know what? We're not perfect.
Yeah.
Ta-da!
What do you want?
We're not perfect. We're going to go ahead and be inconsistent this time and nominate somebody and confirm them in an election year.
Yeah, and
deal with it.
You know Trump has already decided, and he's just waiting for the funeral. Honestly, he's going to wait until after that.
I don't want him to wait
to make it
all.
official.
But yeah, I think that is what he's waiting for. I say go ahead. Let's just do this. And by the way, her dying wish.
What was it?
Her dying wish was that he not do anything until after the election and the new president is elected. So that's her dying wish.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So at least according to her family and Nancy Pelosi and Chucky Schumer.
It wasn't her living wish 4 years ago.
No, it was not. No, it was. Do we still have that ready? That handy somewhere? Because it was a tweet. I think she tweeted out, "No, do your job."
Yeah, it was a quote about.
It's the president's job to nominate somebody. It's the Senate's job to confirm.
Yeah, you don't stop
not.
being president in an election year.
Right.
Oh, there it is, right here.
Yeah.
So it's that's their job. There's nothing in the Constitution that says the president stops being president in his last year.
Nominate a new justice, Mr. President. Okay, well, there you go.
Yeah.
That was her living wish 4 years ago. So, and even if it was her dying wish this time, tough.
Oh, that's not.
I mean, I know that doesn't sound, nice, but it's tough. That's not her job. That's not her decision. It's not constitutional. It's not in that.
The dying wish clause isn't in here somewhere?
No, it's not.
Okay. I mean, I know the word freedom, Your Honor, is in the in here somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Somewhere. I mean, it's buried.
Right.
You could never find it.
What if her dying wish was that Americans see all movies for free? Will we go ahead with that one? Probably not. Probably not. Her dying wish is that we get rid of all cars to stop the CO2 being spewed into the atmosphere. Yeah, that's not going to happen either.
I think her dying wish was that we save all phytoplankton.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Phyto. It's like a dog's name. How did it get the name phytoplankton?
It's not F, it's PH. Yeah.
Oh, that's no fun.
Mm-hmm. I know.
Well, now I'm disappointed.
Yeah.
Not as amused.
Sorry to be the bearer of bad news there for you, Keith. 888-900-3393. Also, former Democrat Mayor Rahm Emanuel rejected a suggestion by House Speaker Nancy Pelosi that the House would impeach President Trump again should he nominate someone to fill the Supreme Court seat left by, and on what basis would you do that? That he's doing his job? We're going to impeach him for doing his job? That doesn't even make sense. Emanuel appeared on ABC News this week with Stephanopoulos on Sunday to discuss the ongoing negotiations. He asserted that Trump should not move forward with nominating a new justice this close to the election because Trump never won the popular vote and looks unlikely to do so based on polling. Emanuel said that Trump making such a move would amount to tyranny of a minority. Shut up.
Oh, shut up.
Brother.
Just when you thought Rahm had a good quote there.
Yeah.
Oh.
I know. He did say she shouldn't be threatening that the impeachment again. He did say that's corrosive to our political system. Mm-hmm. But then he goes on to a whole bunch of other aggravating quotes that I won't bother.
And that was on
here.
With George Stephanopoulos yesterday?
It was, yeah.
Oh. Who else was on with George Stephanopoulos yesterday?
Was it yesterday or
Sunday?
Was it the day before?
Sunday,
yeah,
sure.
It seems like Nancy Pelosi was on, and she had some brilliant
So
things.
you remember we had the clip of her,
yeah.
right? Okay.
Yeah. And now we have the actual clip, the whole thing in its entirety, because you missed part of it. Here's what actually happened.
As I said, on Friday, I started there early for voting, the day that we lost Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
But to be clear, you're not taking any arrows out of your quiver. You're not ruling anything out.
Good morning.
Good
Sunday
morning.
We have a responsibility. We take an oath to protect and defend the Constitution of the United States.
Okay, so she rebooted.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Sunday morning.
So now it makes sense. She rebooted during that time, and then that's why she said good morning Sunday morning.
And then she shut
this
down
morning,
as soon as
everybody.
she got done answering that question. It was
beautiful morning.
Back to sleep mode.
That's right. Good morning.
Nice job with that, Rob, down the hall.
Yeah, that's good stuff. The Chinese Air Force, some more good news for you. It is 2020. Can this year get any worse? The answer, of course, is yes. China's Air Force has released a video showing nuclear-capable H-6 bombers carrying out a simulated attack on what appears to be Andersen Air Force Base on Guam. Guam is home to major U.S. military facilities, including the air base, which would be a key to responding to any conflict in the Asia-Pacific region. And, of course, you worry about Guam tipping over and capsizing.
Yeah, that might happen if they attack it the way they show in that video. The missiles coming in there on the base.
And they're making noise that they're about to maybe attack Taiwan and try to bring them back into the fold.
Oh, good. That's just what this year needs.
I love Chinese people too, but come on.
That's got to be my favorite drop right now. Nice job, Martin.
Then we got this from the Russians. They've now staked their claim on Venus, saying it's a Russian planet.
What?
Yeah, I'm not sure how that worked for them, but Dmitry Rogozin, head of the Russian space cooperation, Roscosmos, revealed that the country plans to send its own mission to Venus. We think that Venus is a Russian planet, so we shouldn't lag behind. Statement came the day after scientists revealed that a gas on Earth called phosphine had also been detected in the atmosphere of Venus. Okay. Venus is similar in size to Earth and is our closest planetary neighbor, but it spins backward compared to other planets.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
That is kind of cool.
So the other planets,
do you know that?
No, spin our way.
Yeah.
Venus does things their way and goes the other way. It spins.
Weird.
So Russia...
They don't say why it belongs to them. But,
I guess if you just say it, it's so.
Okay.
Next thing you know, they'll be going after Uranus. Where's the rim shot? Come on, where's the rim shot? Thank you. Yeah, next thing you know, they'll be going after Uranus. No, nobody's laughing at Donald Trump's Space Force now, are they?
No.
I mean, you've got Russia claiming planets for themselves. Mm-hmm. You've got China building who knows what on the dark side of the moon.
Right.
It's
and attack satellites, apparently. They're getting involved in a lot of space things, like, weaponry. Weaponizing space, kind of a dangerous move. Once you start that, that's going to be really scary time.
Space Force, a very prescient move by President Trump, I think.
I think so, too. Mm-hmm. And I love the fact, if none of this other stuff is ever necessary, and I hope it's not, at least you've got the exploration aspect at NASA again. At least we've got a plan to go to the moon. Mm-hmm. They have a plan to go to Mars, and they're following through on it. And they're doing it with private industry this time, which is another plus. You got kind of a kooky CEO that you're dealing with in Elon Musk, bless his heart. But he's getting some stuff done.
Yeah.
He's got so many projects. Did you read about that underground? You read about that? You see that paper today, Kevin? Did you read about it in the paper?
What is it, Jay?
Elon Musk in the paper. Apparently, he built some underground tunnel in some high-speed tunnel underneath Las Vegas, and he wants to do the same thing in Los Angeles. And the one in Las Vegas is almost done.
Where's it go?
It's a loop. It goes from like downtown all the way out to the airport, I guess. I don't think that's very far in Vegas, but and it stops at all the strip areas along the way. Not strip joints,
right?
But
the Las Vegas Strip. I think everybody knows the reference.
So the casinos and all that, you can access that from there, and it supposedly goes incredibly fast. And what would take you, an hour in traffic takes you like 5 minutes.
They're about to build a high-speed rail between Dallas and Houston that will get you there in 90 minutes.
Really?
As opposed to, what is it now, like 3.5 hours?
Yeah, about that.
Like that? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that'll be cool.
Yeah, so there you go.
All right, well, we will see you tomorrow on most of this same station-ish thing podcast.
Yeah.
See you tomorrow.
Pat Gray, only on the Blaze Radio Network.